Welcome
Whatever
to
your budget is, the homes that you will like will be about 20 to 25% over that price.
The market is at the highest it's ever been. We've all been saying it has to go down because everything that goes up has to go down. When that's going to happen, we all wish we had a crystal ball. None of us know.
Welcome to Real Estate On Track with Alka and Sanjeev Aneja, the brother-sister duo on ITV Gold every Friday at 8 p.m. or catch the repeat on Sunday at 8 p.m. Trust the expertise of On Track Realty since 1994 and contact them at 732-494-2211. Our seasoned guests are Sanjeev Aneja, lead broker and owner of On Track Realty, experienced and distinguished with past roles like President of Middlesex County Association of Realtors, New Jersey Realtor of the Year, and New Jersey Real Estate Commissioner. Joining him is Alka Aneja, an award-winning salesperson with 30-plus years experience. She's also the president of Humbled by Your Service charity and is also known for Soul Talks with Alka on YouTube. Once again, welcome to ITV Gold and happy Janmashtami to both of you.
Happy Janmashtami to you too, and happy
belated
birthday.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So for today, let's start with first-time home buyers. What advice would you want to give them before they start the process?
So Alka is the expert with buyers. So go ahead, Alka.
So I think the first thing you should do is know your neighborhood, know where you want to be. The more you can narrow down your search, the better it'll be. Money, obviously, you need to know what your range is going to be.
But I want to go, I think you have a very good point. Sometimes we say we'll buy in all of Middlesex County and all of Somerset County and all of Union County, and we want to look every place. See, more you look, more confused you'll be. You want to know which town you want to be in and then decide, oh, this doesn't fit my budget, I'll go to a different town. But you have to know your basics. So knowing that neighborhood where you want to be, more focused you are, anything in life, if you're out of focus, it becomes tough. So be focused on the criteria. Neighborhood is a criteria. When we say neighborhood, we mean the town you want to be in. It could be as good as I want to be half a mile from the Metro Park train station. Now we are referring to these places because we are in Edison, but wherever you are looking, know where you're looking and focus on the areas. Don't be so open because you will be totally confused. Finding a home will become impossible till you focus yourself. Yes.
Absolutely. And the more you are aware, and internet has got such dearth of knowledge, right? It has so much stuff. So the more you can do, and then of course set up an interview with us. We actually like to have a buyer consult with anybody who wants to come in and talk to us so that we can kind of guide you as to what you're looking for. The second thing is you really have to know what your budget is. Mm-hmm. If you don't know what your budget is, it's going to be hard. Now, what happens is there's what you think is out there, what you want, and then what actual reality is, right? And at some point, all of these things have to merge. Because you may say, I want the star sky and the moon in my price range, but that's just may not be possible. And remember, no matter what your price range is, you're not going to find the perfect house. That's just the truth.
Right. So the formula that has been out there, whatever your budget is, the homes that you will like will be about 20 to 25% over that price. So if you're looking in 500,000 range, you're going to like $600,000 homes.
Right.
So
if you're looking in $1 million range, you're going to like $1.2 million homes. Every time you will feel, oh my God, if only I had this much. But almost every time, every buyer does go up to that range because they realize the range I'm in is not the range what I want.
right.
So that sacrifice is of what you need or what you want and the budget going up. That's what happens and the market reality sets up.
Absolutely.
You find out that the prices have really gone up quite a bit.
Right.
And if they've gone up, we have two choices, either accept the market or stop looking in the market. So accepting the market is, I will pay what it takes to buy it today. Not looking is, I'll wait for this market to change. For 2 years, people who have waited for the market to change are really losing a lot of money. Will that continue? And the answer is nobody knows. We don't know the answer.
Yeah.
It may completely stop tomorrow and may continue to go on for a couple of years. So nobody knows that answer. So just remember, whatever your comfort is, we've discussed this in the past too, do not overstress your budget. Overstretch your budget. Make sure you have 6 to 8 months to a year of living expenses, including your mortgage, including your taxes, including any repairs, including all the food and car and everything, insurance combined. So you don't want to be stressed out buying a home. You want to be happy buying a home, knowing that there will be expenses.
Absolutely. And I mean, the market is at the highest it's ever been. We've all been saying it has to go down because everything that goes up has to go down. When that's going to happen, we all wish we had a crystal ball. None of us know, right? We thought COVID would be the time, then we thought 2021 would be the time, and every single year it's gone up. So if you are the type of person who says, oh my God, I don't want to jump into the water right now because I think it'll crash, then wait it out if that's not your time. But if you're going to come in, then you kind of have to just play ball, right? And you have to make sure that you're ready to spend the money that the market is giving you because the market has set expectations the market has.
Right. And you cannot regret either way. If you waited, don't regret. If you bought and the market went down, don't regret because you're going to stay in the home for years. So who cares if it goes down tomorrow?
Right.
You're not moving for 15 years. So it's okay too.
Absolutely.
And I think also, Alka, if you can touch on the 4 popular styles of homes, because sometimes first-time buyers don't know the styles of homes out there. So 4 basic, and we'll go very quickly on it, the 4 basic homes, styles that people look at.
Sure. The first is a colonial. A colonial is where your living area is on one floor and then the bedrooms are on the second floor. Sometimes you can have a bedroom on the lower floor also, but generally in a colonial, all the bedrooms are upstairs.
Right. So bigger the colonial, the first bedroom today has become a requirement in bigger homes.
Right.
All of them will have almost all of them will have one bedroom, whether it's a master bedroom or a bedroom with a full bath. Again, when we say bigger, because square footage goes up.
Yeah.
Square footage goes up means price goes up.
Absolutely.
So new homes that are being built today, the bigger homes, almost every single colonial will have a bedroom downstairs. Almost. Unless the budget is too low.
Right.
So when we say budget is too low, what is too low? It depends upon the neighborhood you're buying in. There's nothing that defines a number.
Yes.
Only the market defines in that neighborhood.
Yeah, it's all relative.
It's all relative.
Yes.
And then after colonial,
Then there's a split. A split is a little bit more steppy, where you have 2 steps into the house is a living room, then 2 steps down is a dining room, then you go upstairs and there's bedrooms. So that generally comes with a partial basement, if any. Splits will never have a full basement, so it's a partial basement. Third is a ranch. Ranch is a 1-floor living, where everything is on the first floor. Now, ranch
Is there a price difference in, since you are explaining this, like there are 4 types of homes, is there a price difference?
There's a making of the house difference, and then there is an actual value. Okay. So the 4th level, and I'll get to that, the 4th one is a buy level. Buy level is what's called a decision-making house, where you enter and you have to make a decision, whether you're going to go upstairs or downstairs. There's no basement for that house. It's essentially a ranch with a walkout basement, but it's got 2 levels. So upstairs has a dining room and a living room and 2 of the bedrooms, let's say, and then downstairs has a family room and another bedroom and a full bath.
so I asked Alka to explain 4 styles. I didn't tell her to explain 5 styles, but there's a 5th style too.
Okay, I was going to get to it, and then yes. So the 5th is the Cape Cod, which you don't generally see. Now it's an older
Unless
style.
it was an older home. So
Yeah.
older home, many
No, let me
of them were
finish.
Cape Cods. Okay, you do.
So if it's an older home and they were only built before like 1960s, after that they stopped building Cape Cods because the bedrooms are in the attic, and they don't just build that type of style anymore because it's not what everybody likes with slope ceilings and all. But now going to Pia's question, can I answer that question?
Yes.
All right.
I
So-
may have to chime in.
You must
Okay.
chime in. It depends on what you need, right? Where the value is given. So most preferred is colonial. Everybody likes a colonial. Everybody wants a colonial. People will pay a premium. However, let's say somebody has a disability. Someone has a parent that's living with them, or a child. Then a ranch becomes so much more popular for them than a colonial because they really can't use the bedrooms upstairs.
Right.
So they will pay premium for a ranch. Now, the big thing with a ranch is if you're going to have a big ranch, you need a big lot because a ranch encumbers most of the land. It's the width, right? So it needs a bigger lot. If the lot is small and it's a ranch, your house is going to be small. That's important, right? So just to manage expectations. All of this is all about expectations.
Right. So these are the basic styles.
Yes.
The ranch has become more popular with
Yes.
older people. The knees are hurting. They don't want to walk up the steps. So the ranch comes in. So after the colonial, ranches are becoming very important. Yeah, and like Alka said, because the width of the lot should be big enough to make that grand ranch itself. There are areas that make only ranches, like senior developments and all. They don't have colonials. They're only ranches because all those seniors need one level. Colonials are very preferred because you have bedrooms upstairs, downstairs, so and then all this mix comes in after that. All this.
And if you have like a teenager that wants to live in your house, then you may like the bi-level because bi-level gives you a lot of privacy on the lower level. So
And
it's-
if you have a teenager, you may not want to buy level because
it
too
gives
much
you privacy, yes.
to the kid.
Yes.
So if you want to know what's going on, the bi-level, you may not be able to tell what's going on sometimes.
Yes. So again, it depends. Know your expectations, know what you want. Talk to your realtor about what you're looking for, what your needs are. The more you see a home, the more you'll know whether this home is for me or not.
Right.
You may think you want a bi-level, you may not. You may think you want a ranch, you may not. So
Yeah, so in every show, one thing is consistent. Nothing is the same for everybody.
yes, it's not absolute.
There's no absolute answer to anything, but that's why we sit with you. That's why we talk to you. That's why we understand what you're looking for.
Absolutely.
It's not one size fits all.
Absolutely.
So Sanjeev ji, you were earlier like talking about that neighborhood should be good. What should a first-time home buyer look for in a neighborhood?
See, neighborhood again is a different definition for everybody. For some people, the neighborhood is people who can speak the language.
Right.
So they want to be in a neighborhood where the parents can have a neighbor who also speaks the language. They can talk to them and be comfortable. See, like people like people. So if there are people who can speak the language, they want to be there. It's not a race, color, sex, religion issue. It's the comfort issue. That's what some people want that neighborhood. Some people don't want that neighborhood. They don't want to be in a neighborhood where everybody looks the same. So again, no absolute answer whatsoever. Most of the time, neighborhood is where people say, I don't want a crime-ridden neighborhood. I don't want an area where I cannot go in a neighborhood and my tires are taken out. I remember vividly, and I won't name a town, I called a realtor because we don't serve that town. I called the realtor who grew up in that town. And I told him there's a lot that there's somebody client wants to sell. And he says, Sanjeev, I'm not putting my life at risk. Born in the town, works in the town, but didn't want to go to that part of the town because of crime. So there's so many things that go into a neighborhood mix also. Again, it depends upon your need. What is your choice of a neighborhood? What do you consider a neighborhood that's good for you and not good for you?
Yeah.
Now, there are certain things as a realtor we cannot help you with. If you tell us what's the mix of the neighborhood, we cannot tell you. If you tell us you don't want to live next to certain kind of people, we cannot help you at all. By law, we cannot help you, or license would go away. If you decide you want to live on that street or don't live on that street, there's nothing we can do about. But we cannot be part of your decision because you say, exclude me from this. Inclusion is okay, exclusion is not. Right? So somebody says, I want to be in a neighborhood where my parents have this. That's inclusion. And they say, this is why I want the neighborhood. But they say, I don't want the neighborhood because XYZ lives there. We are not becoming a part of it. No realtor should become part of it. It's against code of ethics. It's against real estate commission rules. It's against fair housing rules. So no realtor should become part of that at all.
Absolutely. And the key word in everything in real estate is all it depends. Everything is it depends, everything is it's relative, and everything is the more you need it, it's all subjective to you. So just know that none of this information, like Paya said, is absolute.
So can we just talk about like getting pre-approved for a mortgage before house hunting, especially for the first-time home buyers? How
I think it's
is this?
important. So you should know. You don't need to get a credit check run, but you should know, because that hits your credit a little bit, right? But you should know, well, what do I make? Do I have any debt? Talk to someone And nowadays, what they're saying is about 4 times your income if you don't have any debt. When it was at 2.5% interest rate, it was 5 times your income. Now it's 4 times your income if you don't have any debt. So again, it depends. That's just a rough number, but know your numbers before you start doing a home search. That's
Right,
important.
Right. So pre-approvals come free of charge for
Yes.
mortgage people. Many people will love it. Make sure you don't go to an entity who says, just let me write you a pre-approval without checking anything, because that will put you in jeopardy. Then later on, they'll tell you, oh, we found this, we found this, we found this, your interest rate goes up, I cannot give you a mortgage. And they will take you through a ride. So don't go through that. Have one pre-approval from the right entity who has checked everything. Like Alka said, if you're not ready yet, it's okay, don't do it. But once you're ready to make an offer, no seller will accept your
Yes.
offer without a pre-approval. No seller. So you have to go through that. Yes, it will hit your credit slightly, but that's a requirement to bid on the home, or at least to get the home. You can bid whatever, but you may not get the home because you don't have a pre-qualification.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
Let's talk about sellers who are trying to sell their first time, their home. What advice would you give them?
So there are a couple of tips on sellers, but number one tip, no matter what the market is price your home right. If you price your home wrong, you will get no showings, you will get no offers, you will stay on the market for long, and all of a sudden your price goes down because now people say, why is this home not sold in a good market or a bad market? Everybody knows what the price of the neighborhood is. You cannot be outpricing yourself. So price it right. You cannot compare your 4-bedroom home with a 5-bedroom home next door and say, I want the same price.
Right.
You cannot say, I did so much landscaping, so I need more money because I put in landscaping. Landscaping value is zero because you could be the best landscaper. I come in and I destroy that landscaping by not watering for just 1 week.
Yep.
So appraisers don't want that value. You want an in-ground pool, other buyer doesn't want an in-ground pool. So some of your expenses in our home are personal. They don't justify extra money because of that.
Yeah,
They're good to have.
But just a thought, and to interrupt, Bhaiya, is that in COVID, the quality, or the price for an in-ground pool has increased by a lot. So what used to be before COVID, that people did not care about an in-ground pool, all of a sudden in-ground pools, because Bhaiya mentioned that, has gone up a lot. So the value.
If they want the pool.
So somebody will want the pool.
Right. So exactly. Remember, homes are supply and demand.
Yes.
So if your supply, if the demand on your home goes less because of certain thing, whatever that thing is, if the demand goes down, the price goes down.
Yes.
So like Alka said, if 50% people want it, so what if 50 don't want it? There's enough demand on the home. And that's perfect.
Absolutely.
So, but that's a very good point. A lot of people don't want to go into public pools. They want to be in their own private pool. And that's why the value goes up. You
100%.
appreciate it more. You pay more for it.
Yep.
The other thing is obviously making sure the home is available to see. Sometimes people will list the home and you cannot even get into the home. So make it available at odd times, even if necessary, so that buyers can get in quickly, an offer comes and you can take the home off the market. It's a stressful thing to sell your home with people coming in and out.
Absolutely.
And then you're making up your home, you're cleaning your home for people to come. So more right you price, more quickly you sell, all of that goes away from you. That stress goes away.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So are there any legal issues that buyers and sellers should be aware of?
So, let's talk about sellers for a moment. Couple of things that are important. First legal issue that is important is no discrimination, which means you cannot say, I will not sell the home to XYZ. It's who comes into your home is none of your problems. As any seller, including me, the only answer to that is we will sell regardless, as long as they are qualified. So no discrimination is number one. Second is disclosure of any things, any material defects you know about the home. Now, sometimes you don't know anything about the home because you haven't lived in it. I mean, you've lived in it, but you've never got it tested. All of a sudden, an offer came on your home. The buyer did the home inspection and they found out XYZ. They found out that there is radon in the home, you have termites in the home, and there is mold in the home. You better disclose all that to the next buyer. Even if you correct it, you will say, we found this, we've taken care of it. That's a law. That's not something your realtor can say, don't do it. Your friends cannot guide you not do it. You must disclose. Otherwise, there are lawsuits. Number one lawsuits in our country are for not disclosing material defects.
Yeah.
So if anybody tells you, then we normally say, you know what, if you can, tell them everything about the last report. Nobody should be able to come to you and say, you didn't disclose XYZ to me. There's a leak that's going on and that is creating mold, but you fixed the leak and there was mold developing that you didn't know of, but you didn't tell about the leak.
Right.
You are waiting for a lawsuit for no reason at all. It could be a child who gets sick because of it. It could be whatever. Disclose, disclose, disclose.
Absolutely.
So as far as like that question, beautiful question, two important things. No discrimination and disclose, disclose, disclose. Never put yourself in jeopardy. Even if you have to get a few dollars less because of it, do it right. It's the right thing to do to make sure the buyer is making an informed decision. Now, it's very possible the buyer may say, I don't want this home now. Or it's very possible the buyer says, I will give little less money. And it's very possible in today's market, the buyer says, I don't care, I still want the home.
Right.
So anything can happen, but you do your job,
That's right.
you will not be sued later at all. Yeah. Every realtor's job, a reminder to all realtors, it's your job to disclose. You cannot be part of this problem with the seller, any seller at any point and saying, okay, we will not tell the buyer. Absolutely not. Realtors have an extra obligation above and beyond a seller. So seller has liability, realtors have big liability with it when they try to hide a problem.
Absolutely.
So those are some legalities.
Now is my favorite, talk basically. We are going to be talking about, it is the book that Sanjeev ji has written. It's for it to be, it's up to me. And it's lesson number 7, Sanjeev ji. It's know your purpose. And since we are running a little bit, out of we don't have much time. So just summarize it today. But next week, definitely we can go a little deep dive into all this.
So purpose of life, each one is born with a purpose. Mother Teresa had a purpose that she didn't know at one point. Mahatma Gandhi had a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. And that purpose in life becomes a purpose when some adversity comes. You see something all of a sudden and saying, I'm going to pursue this. And all of a sudden it becomes your purpose. Purpose is a little different than a goal. Goal is what I want to do. Purpose will actually come to you. It will somehow fall in your place and then says, this is where my life has led me. Everybody is known for something, or at least people we know, they're known for that one thing. That one thing was their purpose. So, and you know what, we have never said this, but if you want a free copy of this book, I'm more than happy to give it to you. You can pick it up from our office and we'll give it to you for free. So you've been talking about the book for a lot. Or better yet, give us a $10 donation and we'll give it to a charity, Humbled by Your Service. Humbled by Your Service does excellent work, feeding cows and so much stuff. So in fact, let's do that. No free book, $10.
Well, that changes.
All the money will go to charity.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And that is also a purpose, right? Everything is formed by a purpose, like you said. Right. Humbled by Your Service came out as a purpose. There was a reason for it. This book came out as a purpose.
So my purpose in this book that I stated, Pia, was feeding and teaching 1 million kids.
Wow.
But that purpose has never come true. I went to India, I tried to talk to people, get the right person to get that going, that I couldn't get that project going. It needed my involvement there. So once you get the right person, that purpose has not gone away. It's still in my mind so many years later, to feed and educate 1 million children.
Wow.
Wow.
But that is God's
But you know what?
Man
Time
proposes,
you-
God disposes.
Happy
You never know
every
who's
day
watching.
I am learning something new.
Right? We're all learning every day.
So-
Yes.
The
yes.
day we stop learning, we are
Even
dying.
from your book, I definitely am learning
Thank you,
something.
thank you.
That's how I come up with those questions.
Thank you,
you know?
thank you, thank you.
And I would like to thank both of you for coming. And yes, we'll be back next week, same time, same day. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you so
Absolutely. Thank
much.
you, Priya.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.